Hello, today I want to talk about my absolute favorite character from all of my zombicide games, and it's actually starting to be clovis. He is basically a melee character who has the shield as his body slot, so he can actually have a shield and two other weapons in his hand. But the reason why he's my absolute favorite character is a couple of reasons. First, his level 1 skill. 1 extra die to melee is just a good skill from the start, making it so that you have a higher chance to hit with some of the starting weapons, and even getting him to a little later in the game. But also it scales really well because it just gives an extra dice whenever you make a melee attack. The second reason is that his building is actually really depending on what items you're taking. Not taking the first two skills into account, but when you reach orange, he has the opportunity to take the free melee action, which is most of the times the best action to take because, well, one extra free attack is just a good skill. But you also have this skill, Swordsmaster. So, Swordsmaster is a skill that isn't really very good, but it basically does what does that every weapon that doesn't have the dual wielding signal sign in the top of the card here. I can try to find it. I have like this. He can dual wield, so if you find two of the same weapon, he can have both of them in each of his hand. While it isn't always the best skills, it can actually make some hilarious builds. For example, if you have like two great axes, you will have to roll with like 8 dices, plus the 1 die from his level 1 skill, so 9 dices. Or if you have the great sword, it will be 11 dices, which I find absolutely hilarious to just roll a bunch of dices when attacking. Second off is when he reaches red, all 3 skills actually help you, actually does something different each of them. One free combat action makes him just having a free attack of any kind, so if you have magic or a bow on him, he can also make one of those actions. Second one is 1 to dice rolls, make him even better to hitting with cards like Great Axe, like that hits on a 5, or cards that hits on like a 3. It will just be hitting even easier. And the last one is hit and run. So if you are in a game where you think that he doesn't have a lot of defensive, you can actually take hit and run. So when you defeat a zombie, he can just move away, which is a really interesting way of making him, building him constantly different every games you're playing with him. Also, the fact that he can hold a shield in his body slot makes it so that he's able to, like, still having a shield and a weapon and a torch in his other hand, making him able to search really quickly, getting him on build quicker, or if you need to find something to defeat the game. So, while he probably isn't the best character, I actually really like how he works and how he interacts with most of the items. Of course, he is really focused on melee, because both his level 1 skill and one of his orange skills and his second orange skills both need to be melee weapons. And when he reaches red, it's the first time he actually tried to go away from melee. But of course, you can always build them however you want. I just prefer to build him melee, of course, because that's how he is, and because of how his model looks, of him having 2 swords in each of his hand. So yeah, this is my absolute favorite character from Zombicide. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time.